Hey Scorpio, how are you? This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage as always. The links for me are below. Please know this is a general reading, as all readers say. All that stuff, right? Could be vice versa. Don't get stuck on gender. Understand we're talking about energy and the like. My guides are saying. So I channeled messages from my spirit guides. They choose the cards. I tell the story. I'm the chirp. So, very interesting, Scorpio. Pulling cards, oracle cards. If you're new, welcome. Welcome back to all my returning viewers. And thanks for your love and support. As always, I ask everybody to click the like button in acknowledgement of the energy I'm putting forward for your behalf. My guys are saying on your behalf. So, Scorpio, this is the last water sign reading I'm doing for the week. And the waters are disturbed. So my guides are saying the waters are disturbed this week. It does have to do with the shift and change. You're going through a lot of transformation. And what you want, there's your medicine card. Look, Swan. Look at that. Scorpio, time for you to dream up a new life for yourself in the grace of the moment. I think that's what you're trying to do. So I'm just going to run with this and we'll keep diving in, all right? So this animal medicine card is about a swan. It's kind of the ugly duckling story. In the text about this, it goes into a long story about taking a journey into the dream time. Feeling yourself not good enough. Feeling yourself not worthy. All the dark energy stuff, right? All the fears of a Scorpio. Very difficult to engage with life for some Scorpios. Terrified of their own, okay, my guides just said mythical nature. And then therefore holding back the transformation that is always available to them, because Scorpio, you're all about death and rebirth. You're about going into the deep. So in this story, it's about going into the dream time in order to dream yourself into existence, because there's some kind of excruciating moment coming forward in which you cannot tolerate being the ugly duckling anymore. There's something deep inside of you. You're in a lot of pain. And if you go on your journey, this is how you're going to emerge. That's the desire in your heart. The deepest of the deep. You want to be the swan because you know what, Scorpio? You know you are. You're a mythical creature. All right? So let's jump into it, my guides are saying. Your partner is holding this moose energy. So a lot of power in a sense. Somebody who is having an extreme need / urge for sacred mating. There's a time of the year when the males go into rut to heat, and whatever the urge is that comes up within them in those moments, there's nothing they can do to hold it back. They just have to. Okay, my guys are saying all kinds of kind of silly, fun things, but it's about sacred mating. Okay, so they're involved in sacred mating, and there's a lot of, if you consider the size and the power of a moose, that's what we're talking about. My guys are saying factors of that. They want me to look into the book a little bit. There's something I'm not bringing out. So interestingly, the number on this card is 11. So we are talking about sacred mating. So this is about self-esteem. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in his maleness and his desire to share his seed are displays of his sense of self-esteem. Okay, so there's a long story. Takes a moment to pick out the details. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having a willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of moose medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his war paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Moose medicine is often found in elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things in their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and in being the first ones to give encouragement. This is not to say that moose medicine people do not use their wisdom to warn as well as to give praise, because they do both. Moose medicine people know what to say, when to say it, and to whom. So the elders are honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, their teaching abilities, and for their calmness that they impart in the council. If you've chosen moose, you have reason to feel good about something that you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit that you've broken, a completion of some sort, an insight on a goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It is a time to feel a time of feeling harmonious pride and of recognition, recognizing those who aided you in the process. Okay. So don't forget to share your findings, your learnings, your teachings with others. They need the encouragement as much as you do. So, you've got a partner, I think. They're looking outward. They are not looking toward you. It's very interesting. So this person is looking outward in their life with their wisdom, with their desire, if you will. Let's see, back to you. And there's something intense going on with you, Scorpio. You're having a death and rebirth process. You're feeling very embattled. You're battle weary, and in the moment you come to a place of rest. And when you're in this place of rest, then we have this beautiful angel of Jupiter awaken. Look at that. Do you see the spiral within this card? Jupiter is about expansion. It's about blessings. It's about luck, benefits, being able to expand the self within the energy that swirls around you. So that's perfectly paired with Swan. I love to see that. Thank you, Spirit. All right, come on, kids, stand up. So there's something going on. You're shifting and changing like all the other water signs are. Beautiful Scorpio. Time for you to awaken. All right. So Angel of Jupiter, according to the text, here's the wisdom, okay? Within you there is a magnificence, greatness, and the ability to live bolder, larger, more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. Awaken that keen spirit, hungry for adventure and new experience. The angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity, lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be made free. It is time to start now to feel the endlessness of your own heart. Take a step forward into the unknown, daring to imagine that the divine doesn't just happen to you, but it happens through you, as you. Embrace the courage of your own open heart and dare to dream. The bold divine nature within you is calling you into great things, and now is your time to awaken. This oracle holds a message of guidance for you. You are being given an opportunity that can change your life. Do not hesitate to accept it. If you are experiencing some havoc in your life or a sense that things are changing, this oracle comes as an affirmation. Yes, there is change, and yes, you are outgrowing what once was, so you will be prepared to receive that which is more suited for your next state of growth. So thank you to my lovely spirit guides. And let's take a look at your person. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, so this, interesting. The ancient ones. All right. Do you see how this person's being contacted by the divine? They are being pulled by a divine tractor beam of light, in a sense, and they're being cracked wide open. And when we see it paired with the mystical shaman, we know something's going on with your partner while you're transforming. Okay? So this, the ancient ones, is just what it says. Let's take a look. Oh, you know what? I got the wrong book in my hand. I'm sorry. Apologies. All right. So we have this beautiful connection with the ancient ones. So for your partner, their spiritual growth is now acknowledged and witnessed by the heavenly ones to see beyond time and space into the reality of their soul. Do not lose heart if your spirituality is not fully acknowledged, understood, or appreciated by those around you in the physical world as yet. Though they may love you, it is most likely that their vision is still bound up by time and space, and they cannot see into the very real gains that you have made in the subtle worlds where all true spiritual growth begins. So the ancient ones reach out to you and bring you this message. We see you, we honor your growth. It is real, it is palpable, and soon it will manifest fully in the physical world with breathtaking beauty. We honor your light. This oracle brings you a guidance that you have taken a leap into personal growth. If you are still testing this growth in the physical world, trying to translate your inner changes into outer experiences, take heed. It is only a matter of time before you see that reflected back to you in your physical world. The manifestation of what you have actually become within you. And you will see it mirrored back to you in the eyes of those around you in sacred relationship. All right, so really beautiful mystical process that each of you is involved in. Let's take a look at the mystical shaman. Okay, so I want to show you the card. It's important. So there's the mystical shaman. Do you see, if you look closely, there's the shaman wearing the eagle feathers headdress. This person, your person, Scorpio, has been breathed in by the sacred. And the shaman, all the changes I was just reading about, okay, eventually they are exhaled back into the world when their transformation in this moment, whatever's meant for this moment, they are released back into the world to do the work that they're meant to do because of the transformation they're going through. So I think that's part of the reason that your moose is looking not at you, they're looking that way. Because, when you go through a moment like this, you got to go collect your destiny. You have to step into it, and that's what they're doing. Okay? So you, interestingly, beautiful swan, beautiful ugly duckling, the angel of Jupiter awakening. Oops, wrong book in my hand, sorry. You've got the blade. Powerful. Time to cut something out of your life. And when it's pointing upward, it's about pointing to the heavens. Okay, so check it out. The sacred blade, power, discernment, the ability to cut away what's dead, extraneous, what doesn't work in your life. That's what the book talks about. So let's look into it, okay? So you're cutting things away, and your partner is engaged in their own journey, all right? As you are, as the swan who goes into the dream time to dream themselves into existence. So, focus on your dreams. All that stuff that you thought was impossible that you can't do, yes, you can. And if ever there was a moment, this is it. Okay? So the blade represents sharpness of mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upward, it summons the power of heaven. So, Scorpio, you have the power of manifestation in these moments because we've come through all these shifting timelines, all the things that have been going on since the eclipse in Cancer in the beginning of July. It's what started all this rolling, and it just kept building up power and building up power and building up power until we went through the Pisces full moon. And now we're sailing into another super moon, a new moon in Libra. So things are going to come into balance, but it's this, my guys are talking about the thunderbolt and things like that. This is your moment, Scorpio. Take it. Go straight in to that which you'd like to manifest. Who is it that you want to be? My guys are saying all the things, right? Like just write it down, go into a dream vision, meditate, pray, say your intentions out loud to other people, grasp the moment, okay? So let's see, the blade can be a healing tool or a weapon, so you must wield it wisely, and it will transmit power bestow initiations, cut energetic cords that no longer serve you from the past, or sever toxic relationships. If you use it in anger, it will slash, stab, and kill. You are invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate. Do not waste time in idle talk or hide from the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power. So take decisive action. Overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it widely. Don't use it to hurt people. People may feel hurt with your decisions, but you got to do it kindly and gently with love towards your own destiny. Okay? So, Scorpio, the first card we see there in the middle, that's the theme that my guides want to speak about. So, you are or have been or are going to be engaged in some really intense battle. Right? That's the Four of Swords. You see how this person is battered? Clothes are shredded. They've actually put the swords down. It's that moment of being in deep repose, rest, where we see someone lying in repose. The swords are on the wall. One is at their side. The battle's over. You've come to some great knowing, and now you go into deep repose, and there's the deep repose. Check that out. So again, my guides are nudging me. The deep repose that they're talking about is going into the dream time. Hang on, I gotta move this a little bit. To create yourself, okay? Don't hesitate. You got the blade, you got the angel of Jupiter. Okay, Saturn's gone direct. Check your astrology, okay? So you are meant to transform after a great battle. And I believe the battle primarily is with yourself. Okay, some thoughts coming through. I'm going to put them aside for now. Let's talk about you, okay? There's the full moon that just happened. It really jostled up. It just pulled things to the surface as a full moon is supposed to do for all the water signs. So every reading has conflict in it in love relationships, every single one. All right. So this is a fabulous story. It's about Halloween, actually. And so there was a tradition in the Celtic world, apparently, that on Halloween, on the day when the veil is thin, right? I guess that's actually November 1st. Or is it Halloween? It's both. So you had to go out to the town square to test your mettle, to touch death. So the tradition was you go out, you put a rope around a corpse that's hanging from the gallows, and you get a couple of shekels from the king because you proved your bravery. So this person is dressed as if they are royalty. This is not a common person. So you've been through these battles. It has brought you into your strength in a certain way. And now, because you're in this restful repose, when you go into the dream time with your blade, your soldier's blade, something mystical is about to happen, Scorpio. So he stepped into the town courtyard. He had a vision about his home, his village, his fort burning to the ground. And of course, it freaked him out. And when he stepped into the vision, he met there a banshee, a fairy. Okay, my guys are saying, in whom he put his trust. That person said, well, you got to go back to the earthly place and you got to screech out a warning. That's what a banshee does. So that banshee helped him with that. He did sound the warning. He prevented disaster. And then, because he had found himself in the deepest place, right, the underworld, the world of the fairies, etc., the dream time, he decided not to stay where he was, and he went back to the dream world, to the land of the fairies, and he married up with that woman, and, they lived a sort of a happily ever after life. So you're going deep into yourself. You've been at battle with yourself, okay? Scorps, maybe within the relationship, we see the blade, it's releasing you from something. When we know all that we know about Scorpio, we know that in part it's releasing you from your fears. Oops, hang on. So, all right, that's because my guides want that. There you go, Scorp. See that? 7 of Cups. Adventures in love. Destiny is turning. and you're trying to get your vibration back because it's been stolen from you. It's a story about battle, another story about battle. The sacred instrument was taken away because it was known by the warring faction that it would harm the clan. It's about inner wisdom. The sacred bard carries all the history, all the stories, all the sacred songs, the chants, etc. And this person had to cloak themselves, Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? Go under the cover of the cloak into the darkness of night. Another story about going into the dark, the underworld. And had to go back to this enemy encampment, sit outside the camp, chant, pray, call out, recite poetry, quietly, I think within themselves, in order to cause the instrument to vibrate. And it floated up through the air and floated right to them. Nobody noticed. And they just put it under their cloak and they walked straight home with it. So you've got a lot. So there's a 7, all right? And there's a 7. Quite lovely what's happening. There's a lot of choice being made. You're in a place perhaps of confusion. Okay, 7s are about wanting things to grow. That's 7 of Pentacles. You're wanting something to grow, but you don't see the means of how that happens, and you feel that the growth is impossible because you can't reach that mystical place within you. You don't feel that you have the reserves to do it, to become who you want to be, to go from an ugly duckling to a swan. And my guides are here to tell you, yes, you do. And actually, not only do you have it, the moment is here, and you're going to go on the adventure. So this is about a lot of things. Having a lot of choice, standing in a place where you're looking at all the choices, your head might be spinning. It's about difficulty making a choice when it comes to love. It's about not being able to focus on the love that is available to you. So you go here, you go there, you go wander around to find it. And at some point, you do find it. You find your resonant energy, that which resonates with you, and you recapture it. So it's interesting, the kind of transition that you're in. All right. Oh, wow. Ooh, spirit. All right, hang on. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, they've not been playing around the last couple of weeks. There you are, Scorpio. 10 of Swords. All right. It's the end of a cycle. You're feeling stabbed in the back. Traditional tarot, we see someone lying on the ground. There are 10 swords in their back. They're dead. It's over. There's no coming back at all. So there's something about the confusion that you have within yourself that requires you to go into the dream time, so to speak, with your blade to cut away that which doesn't serve you. And it's the 7 of Cups moment, right? You're going to go find that which really does serve you. There is something that you know very clearly about yourself and about you as a lover, let's say, because this is about cups, right? And this deck art is about cups. So you're on an adventure, a very mysterious adventure having to do with love. You're trying to choose, trying to bring forward your destiny. Thank you, Spirit. And it is requiring you to go through a death process. And we see it all over these cards. It's very interesting to me. So this is a moment of transition. You see the light coming up behind the mountains there? These people are literally souls in a boat, trying desperately to get to their destination, and they can't find it. So again, Scorpio, as a water element person, do you see the implication here? You've been adrift for a long time in your life, Scorpio. And I'm sorry to hear that. And I know the Scorpios that I know and love, and there are many who came here to Moonrise Cottage over the last year, and oh my God, the intensity with which I love them is, of course, because they're Scorpios, and they're so intense, right? Just, yummy, yummy, yummy is what my guys are saying. So it's over. This cycle's over. And you go through a death and rebirth process. You have to use your blade, Scorpio, to cut away that which does not serve you and to open to the will of the mystical realm, because you have won. This is the theme of the reading. This is what my guides want to talk to you about. The Four of Swords, the judgment of battle is when the battle's done and you are victorious. And that's the story here. This is David and Goliath's story, all right? This kid won against an evil king who had a hound, and it was unbeatable, all right? Mystical being. So you were able to slay the hound, Scorpio, that nobody else could slay, beat, defeat. And you're just standing there going, I don't know how that happened. I don't even, what, can somebody tell me what happened? Because I don't even know, because wow. Right? So you go into a deep meditation, and when the battle's done, you're going to go into this meditation as you go through, and you're going to come out victorious on the other side. Okay? That's a promise from the spirit guides. So this is what it's going to look like. Facing death. You're a Scorpio. You're an expert. Going into the deep, looking at all the possibilities. Going deeper, 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 deeper. And you're going with all your Scorpio compatriots, is what my guides are saying, and all the water signs. Right? So this is the moment just before the dawn, when everything feels and looks its darkest, hopeless, horrible pain, etc. That's what the blade is for, so that you can cut yourself free from this moment. Right? You might have 10 swords in your back, but you have the Ace of Swords in your hand, Scorpio, and don't you doubt it for a minute, because you're an awesome, mythical being. That's what this is about. All right, let me see what this is. Let's see. Look. Hey, Scorp. Check it out. All right. Knight of Swords. See the sun? You see now? Look at the difference. Okay? My guides always say things like this, like, do they get it? Do they understand? I think you do. Just look at the pictures. Forget what I'm saying. Just look at the pictures. I'll tell you the story. So you are gathering your power. This is the third indication of having a blade. Do you see how your blade is touching the spiral of destiny? The kilt is blue. You have come through your transformation, or you will soon. Factors of this are going forward. This really may be happening this week, but anytime you stumble upon this message, just understand the message that is for you. It doesn't matter the date stamp on it. So there you're feeling dead. There's the next day. You wake up, you shake it off, and you're very fully in your power. Youthful, new energy, open. You got your blade. You're providing for the community. There's the sacred passage tomb behind you. Death and rebirth. Standing in the light of the sun. Transformed. And in a sense, my guides are saying, kind of looking at that goose like, wait, how did I do that? Like this kid is doing. My guides lately have been saying kids. All right, so understand. My guides are talking about the cycles of the sun and the moon and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, Scorp. Looky there. All right, this is the Nine of Pentacles. In typical tarot, we're talking about having happiness, wish fulfillment, kind of having it all. Not quite. 10 Pentacles is when you got it all. This is 9. But in this deck, which is all about mystical wisdom, it's the 9 of knowledge, in which things are revealed to you about your sacred identity and all your past lives. You know, some of you might be going through past life regression actually this week. When you go into the dream time, keep a notebook by your bed. If you have dreams, get up in the middle of the night, turn the light on, write them down. Even if you don't understand it, just the images, whatever. Okay? Draw it. My guides just said draw the images if you need to. So it's about somebody who's been through an enormous number of battles over a very long time. My guides are talking about past life regression, etc. And you see the water in the background, and there you are, transforming through a life and rebirth, a life, death, rebirth process while still alive. You have had the stamina for the long journey, and you might, okay, my guides have been using the S word today. You might feel like shit about yourself, but that's a self-delusion. You have had stamina for this journey, and you've been through a lot. Most Scorpios go through a lot. Because of their nature, transformation it can be extraordinarily challenging, especially if you have a stellium in Scorpio, or if you've got other water signs and prominent in your chart. You're just buffeted by the storms of your life, and you just feel adrift on the ocean, You don't know how to get to the shore. Oh, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so some of you clearly are feeling this way. But because you went through this and you popped out the other side of that, holding your blade so that you could gather what you need and cut away which doesn't serve you, you're about to be reborn into your wisdom. There's a story. I won't go into it because I've been chattering way too long today. And this is a moment of mystical magic. This is the sacred magician. In this deck, it is known as the decider of will, because really, magic is keyed to the decisions that we make. It is how we manifest the universe. Wait, I'm saying it wrong. My guides are saying it is how we make things manifest. To make manifest means to decide. And then you join together with the sacred male energy of the universe, the inception point, the impetus to move things forward, and then miracles happen. And it feels like magic. So, Scorpio, would you please check out for me this line? It's a really beautiful story of Scorps. All the water signs coming up from the deep. You know? Okay, that's the spirit line of this reading. That's your human walk. That's what you're likely, factors of this that you're likely going to feel or experience. On your soul level, the circuit of your soul is working very hard to pull you past your current destination into the place of magic in order to cut you free from a soul circuit in which you have felt unworthy, shame, pain, hiding, unable to manifest. I'm here to tell you that shit is over. That's what my guides are saying. Scorpio, look. Woohoo, baby. Okay, let's see. Spirit. Okay. Wow, this goes on forever. All right. While you're wielding magic and becoming the sacred magician in your own life, you're going to go into the dream time. There's another 10. 2 10s on the table. You are transforming without a doubt. This is another quest. It is not a quest about battle. Do you see how you've transformed into the blue garment of knowledge? This is a quest. 10 of Pentacles. It's about happiness, all kinds of happiness. Every happiness you could possibly imagine, right? It's typically shown with a couple standing in front of a house and they're looking into the sky and it's filled with 10 cups. They got kids and a dog and, the everything. Okay, my guys just said the yearning that you're searching for in your heart, something like that. So that's what's called the Akashic Records, a sacred bowl of all knowledge. So we're talking about spiritual development. You're going to come into yourself. You're going to understand why you're so mystical and why you're always in the deep. It's because you're in there looking at the bowl, right? If you look at the card, you could kind of say, well, that's what's under the deep ocean where Scorpio lives. So Scorp, don't doubt yourself, okay? You have the ability to manifest the happiness that you want in your life. Right in this moment, do not hesitate. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is, go straight for it. Use the blade to free yourself from the factors of yourself that are holding you back. That's the battle that you're in, okay? It's a literal moment of transition. See that? That's prophecy. It's everything that it looks like. Do you see the sacred goddess chanting upon the sacred cauldron? Do you see the cauldron? So that's the heavenly realm. This is in the placement of the spiritual realm, but it's about earthly happiness. It's about the beginning of being able to manifest abundance and earthly happiness. This is the Ace of Cups, divine love, bursting forward with love energy, coming into every happiness you could possibly imagine. Abundance, creativity, nurturing, feeling nurtured, being nurtured, being able to manifest your 10 of Cups moment so that you have the happiness that you really want because you've been able to cut yourself free from the things that you don't want. And the things you do want, I'm here to tell you, they don't come forward until you release what you don't want or what's not working for you. It's a terrifying moment, and it looks and feels like this. But my guides are saying you must remember that's what's really inside that journey. This is Scorp, as always. Your power is so immense. Okay? So, a reminder, okay? That's a 5 of Cups. It's just all water. It's just amazing to me. That's battle and it's water. So you're doing a lot of battle within yourself and through your emotions this week. And it may go on for a while. It may go on to the new moon when balance comes. Let yourself step right into it. Don't shrink back from this. This is literally a mystical moment. So that's a 5 of Cups. So in traditional 5 of Cups, we see a person cloaked. They're looking at 3 cups that are spilled on the ground in front of them. They're feeling a lot of pain, a lot of sadness. They wish it hadn't happened, but it is happening. You can't hide from it. All that, right? You go deep inside till you're done processing that. And then you take your cup. You got 2 cups, right? You take your cup across the bridge in order to go to the place where you want to be so that you can fill both your cups, right? Because and you do know because that's there, the abundance is there. You might not see it yet, but it is there, and you need to go find it, okay? Whether it's within you, whether it's in the current partnership that you have, if this is a great adventure and you're leaving a partnership, which may truly be happening given the way all these swords and the blade and expansion, sometimes when we expand, we outgrow our partnerships. Sometimes, depending on your desire, your partner's desire, you grow into the relationship. So I leave that up to you to interpret how this is going in your life. But you are changing. And it may be the fact that you are changing that makes it no longer possible for you to stay in the relationship that you're in. And it may be factors of that cause you to realize when you shift and change into who you really are, you might no longer have the desire for the partnership that's in your life because this is your energy. It's about going into some new place in order to find love that serves your ability to go really deep. Let me know, Scorp, what's going on for you. When you cut yourself away from the energy that's binding you, do you see how this is about putting a rope around death? You're just going to put a rope around yourself. I think you need to cut yourself free from something. And whatever it is, it's just terrifying. You don't want to burn your life down. I know you don't. What I always tell people is, what, I'm an Aries rising. I torch my life. I've done it probably 15 times. It's a little bit terrifying, but because I'm an Aries and my guy just called me a pyromaniac, I'll do it just because I love the magic of it. And there's a part of me that's like, all right, torch this, not working. Bye-bye. So, Scorp, it's not so easy for you, sweethearts. And I'm sure you folks who are my bestie Scorpios, you know who I'm talking to. All right? So, I'm in it. I'm here with you. Call me if you need to. All right, let's see. So, Scorpio, let's talk about your partner. Okay? Scorpio, good gracious. Yeah. All right. Let me just check and see what's going on here. Not sure. All right. So your partner, that rutting moose person who's also being breathed in by the shaman, standing with the ancient ones, total transformation going forward. Whatever it is, this transformation that's going forward for them, it is causing an unquenchable urge within them, and they're looking away from you. I think it may be right and proper that you're not looking at each other in these moments because you need to attend to yourselves, each of you, because there's massive shift and change going forward, okay? So this moose in this moment who just like needs to go and do the moose thing, if you know what I'm saying, there's a tower moment for them. Everything is changing for them as well, just as it is changing for you. And when the tower moment comes, whatever's not working in their life gets destroyed, and that might be them or it might be you falling out of the bowl of their existence. So do you see how you're manifesting? Look at the sacred bowls that you have. There's another vessel right there, in a sense. This person is throwing things out of the bowl, and you are inviting things into the vessel, the bowl. Okay? So there's something pretty intense going on. All right. Guys are saying, like a rutting moose, they have no control over themselves in this moment. I think, given the reading that came out, it's not entirely true. They are in line with the ancient ones and the mystical shaman in their. They're the mystical shaman in their life. And look, that interestingly is the Ten of Wands. So they are going through a death and rebirth process. Do you see the Pisces? Indication of water, sacred knowing at their heads. They are feeling extraordinarily overwhelmed, as anyone would be when the tower comes down. They do have stamina for the journey. They're in touch with their inner wisdom. That's what all these sacred animals, the fish, right? My God, my guys are talking about the Christ as an icon, not about religion, okay? So they're in the womb. That's why they're being breathed in, hang on, and out by the sacred shaman. In a sense, they have no control over it either. It's just what's happening. It's a really mystical moment. It's very distressing, and it's really beautiful at the same time. So when they're in this massive cataclysmic change and rebirth, when you come through that, as you come through it, it's this kind of energy. And you're doing a similar thing. You're going to cut something away. It might be your relationship. It might not be, because that's about walking away. That's your outcome. So you may be walking away from factors of the relationship, but I really think because of this, you're dreaming about something different. And you just want to go get it. You just want to go into the underworld and go get it. Something has happened that's caused you to go on this journey to recapture your vibration. And I think it's the essence of the swan in you rising to the surface. You know, you might have that moment where you look in the mirror one day and you finally see yourself and you think, oh my God, when did that happen? Look at me. And then you take up the blade and you start cutting away that which doesn't work for you, which is what this person did. It's just, you'll have to tell me. You tell me how this is shaping up in your life, okay? So back to your partner. They're going through a mystical process too. They're being reborn. They're being restructured through a death process. The tower has come down for them. All right, so let me see, Spirit. Is there any more of that? Okay, so they're telling me to shuffle. Let's take a look. What is going on for this person? Okay, see that? See that card? My guides want me to pull it out. Let's see what's in there. Oh, Scorps, you know, I'm sorry. So, Four of Cups. It's that moment when you sit in your life and you don't know. You know that you don't want what you have. And you don't see the factors of the universe coming through to offer you something new. But for your partner, the cup of love, let me see, how is it? Yeah, okay. So do you see how the part that's flowing out? This is the tower moment. Their dedication, their love for the relationship, for you in some ways, they can't, it won't stay in their cup anymore. That's why they're looking outward. I'm sorry, Scorp. Oh, Lord, okay, Spirit. So, in a sense, part of the mystical, all right, they want the, all right, my guides want this. So let me just put this down for a minute. Part of the mystical story about this cup is that if you tell lies into the cup, it cracks and the love energy flows out. If you fill it with your truth and your fidelity, meaning honesty, then it's perpetually full. So in the tarot, it's that person sitting under a tree looking at three cups, like they got a lot of choice, kind of like you do. They have a lot of choice. None of those choices making them so happy. They don't really want to give them up, but they're not really fulfilling them, while the universe is busy handing them literally this cup, okay? The Ace of Cups. Here it is. Here, take this. And they are not paying attention to that. So they're focused on what is ending. You are focused on what you are creating. Mm, big difference, Scorpio. All right, all my Scorpio girlfriends and boyfriends, you need to call me because I want to I want to know what's going on, okay? All right, so look, Scorpio, here's the split, all right? So your partner's going through this. That's just see how it's attached to the rebirth, death, and rebirth. So they're seeing something. They are also, it's really interesting. Some of you are bonded with other water signs, clearly because of all the way the cards are coming out. So your partner has come through this process. And, like somebody who would be walking along on a nice day, they pull aside the fronds by the side of the pond and look what they see, right? That's them leaping out of the deep, leaping into the place where they're meant to be. It's another 10. So are there four? There are 3 or 4 10s on the table. Let's see. There's this. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 4. That's the fourth one. So you and your process with your partner, there is a literal death going on in your relationship. Literal on a spiritual level, not literal. I'm sorry, that came out so wrong. In these moments, you each are to attend to your own process. You can't do anything but that. When you step into the beauty of yourself and you allow your process to go forward, you don't have to worry about it. Because what is meant to leap forward, it does show up. And we've seen it both here and there. Scorpio, there's implications that you're going to walk away. You're going to cut yourself free because you really are having death and transformation in all these battles. It may be from, oh God, my guides today are loving the S-bomb. Okay. The shitty way you perform in the relationship that helps you to understand you're not happy there. It may be the battles that you have with yourself in order to help you stay in the relationship when you really want to move on and recapture yourself. There's all this stuff wound up in this reading. It's very complex. So your partner's going through a similar thing, right? Something happened, a tower moment happened for them. Everything in their life is being destroyed. Things are being destroyed. They are being reborn. See this cup? Do you see you transforming? That's their cup of love. The side that's bonded with you. It's fractured and their love is flowing out because of this tower moment. And there's new love on this side. You see where they're looking? They're looking that way. So I'm not here to tell you it can't be repaired. It might be able to be repaired. But you're going to have to go through this multiple factors of death and tower moments and horrible shift and change and pain and whatever. Okay? So your partner, okay, boy. I'm going to let you use your imagination about what that means. Okay? I'm not saying the words because you too will censure me. But that's a prophecy. It's an ace. This is the Ace of Wands. Okay? So your partner has a lot of passion for something. And they are needing to use their energy when they are reborn into this place. It's a prophecy, so it means this is meant to be for them. And they have to use this energy to create what it is they want in their lives, just like you do. So I think, all right, hang on a second. Let me look. Yeah, let me just show you. All right, so here's the next thing. Okay, so your partner, that's the Empress. Their energy, in all the ways that could be implied, is directed at an Empress. This in the deck is the shaper of growth. So if we want to talk about it from a spiritual perspective, they are being given all the bounty that they need. They are also able to manifest that which they desire. And the universe is giving them what they need to ensure that when they come out of their rebirth process, they have everything they need. And so do you. And when you come out, it looks like you're walking away. And when they come out, we don't know exactly yet, but we see them looking in that direction, okay? So I think the best thing to do in these moments, and look, say King of Battle, they feel like they've lost some part of themselves too, and they're just trying to get it back. They just want to get it back. Interesting. All right, so I could pull cards forever. Let's go to the runes. So you know what the best thing to do, I think, is to be loving and kind with each other. Have the conversations that need to be had in moments of calm. And just say what your real truth is. Whatever it is. What do you want to manifest, Scorpio? What do you want in your relationship? Have you realized that you can't be with this person anymore? And you're afraid to say it? Have you realized you want a complete transformation within the relationship because you've transformed? Maybe you can be there in a different way. That'll bring forward all the happiness you want because you transform yourself into the swan. You go in the dream time. Maybe you're cutting away factors of yourself that don't work in your relationship. Okay? Maybe, I know, because I know a bunch of Scorpios. I know a lot of you are walking away. And I know it's really painful. So to my BFFs, I want to say, take heart. This is the dark night of the soul. But you're all that. And you're going to be just fine. Okay? Allow yourself to stay in the dream time. Scorpio, take up your power for yourself. Not for anybody, but you. Okay? Beautiful. All right, let's see. Spirit, can we have something for gorgeous Scorpio, those graceful creatures of the deep who, you know what? Here, Scorpio, one more thing my guys are saying. You are going through this because you are a water sign and you are being called up to the surface because we need you here. Go look at the astrology. Look and see what's going on. We need you as a warrior in these times, Scorpio, because you don't play. Do you? You don't get a Scorpio mad. Everybody knows, right? Don't piss off a Scorpio. That's not going to go so well for you because, and even the king found out. Yeah, I look like a kid, but let me just let me swing my club a couple times, and that giant beast going down. All right, enough silliness. Spirit, please give me something for gorgeous Scorpio. I love you, my Scorpios. You know I do. My guy just said, that's because they turn you on. And it's true, I'm not lying. Every Scorpio who's come into the door of this house has just been, I don't know, I just get stuck to them like glue. All right, let's see. Let's get one for your partner, okay? So, you know, if something's ending, I guess the best outcome is that you both kind of say, okay, yeah, this is over. Let's hug and kiss and help each other with our transformation. We'll both walk on. Right? If only it could go that way. Okay, that's interesting. This is what came out for your partner. I'm going to put it at the apex here. That's the room for kind of like for the humanity of self and things like that. So, Scorpio, that's Hagalaz. That's about victory through constraint. It's about all kinds of chaos going on, but it's through the chaos and the disruption that you are victorious, and we see that as the opening salvo in the reading. I like that. Ooh, I wish I could say names. You guys know who I'm talking to. Okay. This is Hagalaz. It's about disruption, elemental power, hail, change, freedom, invention, liberation are all attributes of this rune. Drawing it indicates pressing need within the psyche to break free from constricting identification with material reality and to experience the world of the archetypical mind. Oh, they're going to make me cry now, Scorps. This is the rune of elemental disruption, of events that seem to be totally beyond your control. Hagalaz has only an upright position, and yet it always operates through reversal. When you draw this rune, expect disruption, for it is the Great Awakener. Although the form the awakening takes may vary, perhaps you will experience a gradual feeling of coming to your senses, as though you are emerging from a deep sleep. Then again, the onset of power may be such as to rip away the fabric of what you previously knew as your reality, your security, your understanding of yourself, your work, your relationship, your beliefs. That's why sometimes you just have to walk away. It may not be an acrimony. It might just be because that's the way it is. Right? I've done it. I know. I know how it is. It's hurtful. But it's the best thing you can do in those moments with gentle communication and love. Okay? Because it's about you. It's not about them. That's what my guides are saying. Disruption takes many forms. Relationships fail. Plans go awry. A source of supply dries up. But do not be dismayed. Whether you created the disruption or whether it comes from an outside source, you are not without power in this situation. Your inner strength, the will you have funded, just see that, the decider of will, the will you have funded in your life until now, provides support and guidance at this time when everything you've taken for granted is being challenged. This is one of the cycle runes, and the term radical discontinuity describes the action of Hagalaz at its most forceful. The more severe the disruption in your life, the more significant and timely the requirements are for your growth. The universe and your own soul are demanding that you do indeed grow. Wow. Okay, so the self. So you see what I mean? Your partner, God bless them, whoever they are. And I know some of you, as I've been saying, they're just coming home to themselves. This is not malice. Like you, it's just something that's happening to you. So it's fair. All right, let me just read it to you. It's a very fascinating rune. All right, the self is on page 93. Whew, write me some letters about what's going on, would you, Scorps? All right, this is Manaz. I don't know. I don't remember if I held it up. Okay, look at that. The starting point is the self. Its essence is water. Many of you got to be with the water sign, or you're utilizing the aspects of water because of the age. My guides are saying because of the age we're in, meaning sort of this moment, post full moon. Only clarity, willingness to change is effective now. A correct relationship to yourself is primary, for from it flow all other possible right relationships with others and with the divine. It is time to remain modest. That is the oracle's counsel. Regardless of how great may be your merit, right? You might be feeling, their partner there might be feeling all arrogant and charged up, if you know what I mean, but they're still having a tower moment. You know what my guides are saying? Thank you, Spirit. So you see this cycle at the heart chakra? They're just spinning and spinning in and out of the shaman's mouth, back and forth with the ancient ones, and yet they're an earth creature. This is what it feels for them. It feels like for them as they go through the process. Apparently. Remain modest. Regardless of how great may be your merit, be yielding, be devoted, moderate, for then you have a true direction in your life. Be in the world, but not of it, and yet do not be closed, narrow, judging. Rather, remain receptive to impulses flowing from the divine within and without. Strive to live the ordinary life in a non-ordinary way. Remember at all times what is coming to be and what is passing away, and focus on that which abides. Nothing less is called for from you in these moments. This is a time of major growth and rectification, and as a rule, rectification must come before progress. The field is tilled before the seed is planted. The garden is weeded before the flower blooms, and the self must know stillness before it can discover its true song. That's interesting. That's why they're talking about moose, in a sense. Instead of seeking credit for accomplishments or focusing on results, be content to do your task for the task's sake. Herein lies the secret of experiencing a true present. If you take the rune of the self and you cut it down the middle, you will see the rune for joy with its mirror image. There is here a subtle caution against carelessness. The self is required to balance with the self. Nothing in excess was the second phrase written over the gateway to the temple at Delphi. The first counsel was, know thyself. Woof! You and your partner are going through a lot, Scorpio. And the most sacred thing you can do is to love yourself and love your person as you each go through this transformation. Just if it's got to end and you got to separate, how about if you just love each other while you're doing it and celebrate this? Because people don't get this very often, you know? My guys just said it's a masterful moment. And if you can allow yourself to free yourself from your fears, you can step right into the middle of it. And that's where the magic is. Really amazing. So, love your disruptions, love the chaos, bring yourself forward. Okay, my guys are showing me an image of a tornado. So, you know how in The Wizard of Oz, the tornado comes and the house gets sucked up and it's in the middle of the tornado and it's just spinning the house and Dorothy's looking out the window? That's how you are. They're saying just be like that because the house is going to come to rest and then you're going to be in some mystical place and it's going to be awesome and a new journey will begin. And then you get to it, meet the good witch Glinda, and they're chattering on like that, okay? So Scorps, lean in. Lean in, my beauty friends. Love to all the Scorpios. Wish I was there with you wherever you are. Guys are teasing me. All right, I'm going to shut up now. All right, I'm shutting up. Thanks, Scorpio. Thanks for listening. Love you bunches. Click the like button and love me back, if you would. And I, Goddess willing, will be here to talk with you tomorrow. And all those beautiful Scorpios that I know, send me an email or call me. Okay, evenings are best. Mwah. Love you bunches. Bye.